Hello everyone, Kome here, back with another video. Today I'm gonna give you tips on how to build Ayaka, what sets can be good, weapons and team compositions. I know I'm a bit late to the party, but yeah, I still wanted to make that video because my Ayaka is pretty decent in my opinion. And yeah, I really like her, so I still wanted to make that video even if I'm a bit late. I'm also gonna show you my own Ayaka at the end of the video, and I'm gonna show you some pretty nice damage showcase. I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure you comment, like, and subscribe, and hope to see you on Twitch. Let's get into it. Let's begin with the weapons. So the best weapon in slot at the moment on Ayaka is Mistsplitter Reforge. It gives elemental damage bonus. The base attack is pretty high and the crit damage and sub stats is really nice. That's how you can get up to 280 or 300% crit damage. But you have a lot of other options. You can use Scarlet Blade. It's a really good one. Base attack is decent. The ER and the passive is going to be nice as well. You can use the new 4-star Amenoma Kageuchi weapon, which is extremely good on her as well. Gives a lot of attack, even if the base attack is a bit low. It's going to give you a lot of attack percentage on the substat, so it's going to be great. And the passive makes it that you get your burst back really fast, so it's really good overall. If you don't have any of these, you can use the Black Sword. Even though the crit rate is not really necessary because you will often run the 4-piece blizzard on her, so the crit rate of the Black Sword is kind of useless for her, but the passive on the attack and charge attack damage bonus is going to be really good. And finally, the other good 4-star option will be the Black Cliff Longsword, which gives you crit damage on the substat and a decent passive. So yeah, those are the 4-star options. The rest of the 4 stars are not that great. You can use Lion's Roar because it gives a lot of attack as well. But other than that, yeah, that's pretty much it. If you want to run the Ayaka physical damage bonus, you can use the Aquila Pavonia or the Prototype Rancor, but keep in mind that every time you're going to dash, you're going to infuse the cryo to her weapon, so she's not going to deal physical damage anymore. So you're basically losing 5 seconds of DPS every time you dash, so you got to be careful on that, and it's definitely not the best build. So if you're free to play, I would say the Amenoma Kageuchi is really the easiest option to get. So for the artifacts, the 4-piece Blizzard is probably the best set on her as it is the most consistent with the crit rate bonus from the 4-piece. But you have a lot of other options if you can't get your hands on a good 4-piece Blizzard. Like you can run 2-piece Blizzard, 2-piece Glad. It gives you a decent amount of attack and some cryo damage bonus. But you have to balance the crit rate, which is something you don't have to worry about when running 4-piece Blizzard. You might need to run a crit rate circlet instead of a crit damage circlet. I said 2-piece Glad, but you can definitely use the 2 Shimenawa's Reminiscence, the new set from Inazuma, that gives the exact same bonus as the 2 Glad. So you can do 2 Cryo, 2 Bleeze, 2 Glad, or 2 Glad, or 2 Bleeze, 2 Shimenawas. The 4-piece Shimenawa can also be good. I don't see a lot of people using it on her, and I didn't try it myself, but it could definitely be a decent option. If you're already farming this domain a lot and got some good pieces, you could try it. I think it's going to be okay. You're just slowing down your burst regeneration, which is the biggest strength of Ayaka. Her burst is literally her best skill, so you have to think about it, because you might lose on overall DPS as you're focusing almost only on her charge and normal attack. Same goes for the 4-piece Glad. You're focusing more on the normal and charge attack. It's not necessarily a bad thing, but as I said, her burst is literally her best skill. She can deal so much damage with her burst, so I think it would be a waste to go 4-piece Glad or 4-piece Shimenawa. Now let's talk about the team compositions. First team is the most obvious, the Freeze team. Basically you're running a Ayaka with Xingqiu, a cryo support like the Yona, Chi-Chi or Rosaria, and an Inimo character like Kazuha, Venti or Sucrose. The team is probably the best for her, especially if you're running 4-piece Blizzard. You'll crit almost all the time and will permanently freeze almost any enemy. And as you can see, I cleared the first half of the hardest chamber of the Current Abyss with this team in less than a minute. Remember that my Ayaka is C1, so it really doesn't impact her DPS. And yeah, freeze team is probably the most consistent for her and the easiest to use. The second option would be a melt comp with characters like Bennett and Shangling, but for this team to work, it means you won't profit from the full bonus of the 4-piece Blizzard, so you will probably need to be careful with your crit ratios, so either choose another set or make sure you still have enough crit rate with your 4-piece Blizzard. And one thing to keep in mind when having a Yaka in your team is to always have a cryo support, to have the cryo resonance, and to have a battery because her ult costs a lot of energy and her skill cooldown is pretty long if you don't have C1. So I would recommend to run her with the Yona or Rosaria, and Ganyu and Chongyun can also work as well. Finally, here is my Ayaka build. You can see that she is using Mistsplitter Reforge R1. She is using an attack percent goblet because with the Mistsplitter you don't necessarily need a cryo damage goblet because the weapon gives you a lot of elemental damage bonus already. And I'm using 4-piece Blizzard with pretty decent artifact, 30% crit rate and 280 crit damage with 2.4k attack. So yeah, thank you guys for watching the video and enjoy the damage showcase. See you guys on the next one. Peace.
I'm leaving what I won't be missing. We're leaving these stories behind. Oh, and we'll wait till the weather gets better. We wait long enough, cause I know